My name is Nene Seka, a legal fellow for the Victim Center. This video documentary is to ignite a conversation with the stakeholders working on transitional justice process, CSOs, and the public. It is to remind the government of how important the recommendation of the TRRC is. For past 22 years, victims of human rights violations have gone through a gruesome period in the Gambia. The TRRC is a mechanism to ensure that the Never Again slogan is achieved. It is mandatory for the government of the Gambia to implement the recommendations of the TRRC. Let's ensure that the dignity of victims are restored.
My name is Tufa Jallo. I am a victim of the past regime, a survivor of sexual violence.
I am a victim of a HIV/AIDS treatment program.
I and my family were being victimized by the former regime of Yaya Jammeh.
Yenna funding care yen damage not tarajang mankunyum banko kang fomborte banko kang kabring chenkis kete nat namur na nyum banko kan nanjang nata na victim tata TRRC bari na batada dal akaw kiyata.
The TRRC has so far heard testimonies from many witnesses, some of them victims, some of them perpetrators. And of course it's clear from the evidence we've seen so far that there were very serious violations.
It is no secret what the past 22 years have been for Gambians, especially victims of Yaya Jammeh and his regime, varying from extrajudicial killings to tortures and forced disappearances, sexual and gender-based violence, illegal detention, the illegal treatments that were done on women and women's bodies, sons and daughters of this country tortured.
In the life ya beletinga binda buka funding kaya dokono muka fenkulungo sikano muka nadimbaya balundino.
All our properties were being taken from us. We are not given the chance to explain. No platform was given to us unless, except when I was given the chance to testify at the TRRC.
People who have victimized us have come out plain that what they did to us was wrong.
The TRRC is backed by evidence and facts, and those facts were being unraveled by the victims themselves and the perpetrators. So we see no reason why we shouldn't be given justice after the TRRC.
Many cool ki fongol findita nga lafta justice eke lafta nit ko to TRRC banta nga na tonya tamani luwata mani ko nyina wala mun tola ngani uti.
As a Gambian, I normally would tell people the way we go as a country would depend on how serious we take the recommendations of the TRRC. In the sense, we can't talk about a new Gambia, we cannot talk about moving to the next level if the wrongs of the past are not corrected.
There were so many commissions that were held in the Gambia, but we have seen to it that government did not implement in any of those commissions, like the Jammeh Commission, you see, the Faraba Commission. They did not implement any of those commissions. So for the TRRC, I would urge the government to be very serious with the TRRC and then implement their recommendations.
We look to the TRRC to not only implement but to uphold our dignity, to give us the justice that we think we deserve. We have been patiently waiting, we are watching the process, and we do hope that the process doesn't turn out to be like other commissions.
If any government that is in place tries to play with the recommendations and the report, people will be angered and people will take them to task. So what I can say to the victims is that we are determined, some of us are determined to make sure that our recommendations are implemented at the end of the day.
We are expecting the TRRC to come up with recommendations, and at the end of the day, we are expecting the recommendations to be fully and comprehensively implemented. That is an obligation imposed on the Gambia government under our constitution and other laws, and is also an obligation imposed on the government by our regional and international commitments.
If government did not implement the recommendations of the TRRC, that means that they would not be fair with the victims whose rights were violated during the past 22 years. And this can bring commotion, chaos in the Gambia here.
It is important for the TRRC to know that an entire decade and more rests on their shoulders. Families are looking to them. The dead are laying in their graves looking to them. Survivors work up every day, keeping the patience, keeping the zeal, and moving forward in hopes that tomorrow, with the work that they do, there would be justice for all of us, and we can all be at peace and find closure for all of our wounds and for all of our stories.